Now I'm going to talk about brokerage accounts and give you a few tips that you can use when you're choosing and setting up your brokerage account. So this is a question that a lot of you have been asking me if I have any broker recommendations. And what I use is IBKR and Schwab. Though I am in the process of moving out of Schwab, because if you live in the US, then you know that there's some question about how sustainable Schwab is going to be in the long run after the regional banking crisis. And so I'm in the process of moving the Schwab account to a bigger bank like JP Morgan. But IBKR is my absolute favorite, and I just love how versatile their brokerage platform is. Basically, regardless of which brokerage you choose, and if you're outside the US, this is going to be different. My biggest recommendation would be that you pick a large publicly traded company. You want to avoid the mom and pop brokerage houses. They might try to incentivize you by giving you free shares or discounted trading fees. But in the end, the first goal is to make sure that your money is in a safe place. And with these mom and pop brokerages, you never know when you're going to wake up one day and the company has just gone under, or the website no longer works, and the customer service is not picking up your call, or it's non-existent. So stick to a company that is publicly traded, and that's going to give you the best odds of keeping your money safe. Now, the other thing that I've learned over the last 10 years of trading is that you want to split your money across 2 brokerage accounts. And I know this is not a very popular recommendation, and I haven't heard of anyone else saying it, but this comes from my own trading experience over the years in different countries and different places. So a lot of times what might happen is that one of the brokerages, say IBKR, is just down for the day. And either I'm not able to log into my account for some reason, or the entire company's server is down, or there's so much market volatility that orders are not going through properly. There can be a lot of different reasons why you might be locked out of your brokerage account on a certain day. And this happens more often than you think. And it can lead to a lot of panic and anxiety if all your money is in that brokerage account and all of it is put into stocks with really tight stops. So what you can do in that case is, if you have a second brokerage account, you can hedge that entire account in the second brokerage account and make sure that you don't net lose any money on that day. And this will come in super handy because, one, I can hedge all my positions, and two, it means that I can still continue trading for that day. Just because IBKR is down doesn't mean I have to shut business for the day and not be able to take any trades. Say we're in a raging bull market and there's a lot of good setups and you really want to take them, you still have another account where you can do so. So this is what I do. I have split my money across 2 brokerage accounts, and that really has saved me from a lot of anxiety and panic when I wake up in the morning and there's an issue with either one of them. Now, the other one, this is the biggest tip on how to set up or configure your brokerage account, and that is to use auto-attach bracket orders. Now, what is auto-attach bracket orders? I'm going to show you an example of this and also talk about how you can get this setting and what the benefits of this are, but I highly recommend doing this. So if you're using IBKR, and this is a screenshot of my IBKR, I've just blocked out my account number. You can go in configurations, under presets, go to stocks, and you're going to find 2 options here. One is a target order or a profit taker, and one is an attached stop order. You want to activate both of these by setting these numbers. So in auto attach, you want to say it's a limit order where the price is the parent order plus 20%. This basically means anytime you put in a parent order, say you're buying shares of Apple at $100, it's going to auto-attach a profit-taking order to sell those shares at 20% higher, or in this case, $120. And this just gets put into the system at the same time as your buy order on Apple. Now, an auto-attached stop order is the other side of it, which is that every time you put in an order to buy a stock, let's say Apple again at $100, it's going to put in a stop order at 10% below the price of your parent order. So in this case, it would be a stop loss order that gets put automatically into the system at a $90. Now, what is the advantage of this? This is so that in case you ever forget to attach a stop loss order or a profit taking order, one gets put into the system by default by the brokerage, and you're always managing your risk. Now you can change these numbers based on what your own trading metrics are, but I highly encourage you to put at least some sort of auto-attached stop order so that you're never ever trading without a stop loss. And if you're a beginner trader, definitely do this. Once these orders are put into the system, I can go and manually change the amount. Say my actual stop loss on Apple should be 97 and not 90. I can manually change that number and say I want to take a profit at $110 and not 120. I can manually change that number as well. But at most, this setting makes sure that I never lose more than 10% on any given trade. Now, I also just want to point this out. This is a question I often get. One of my rules is that you shouldn't have more than 2 unsafe positions. So you'll often see me having 3 or 4 unsafe positions in my end of day position update. And that is just because I split my money across 2 brokerage accounts. So 2 in each, and that's a maximum of 4. Now, another question that I keep getting asked is, do you put your stop loss in the system or in your mind to avoid stop loss hunting? And will ask, do you use mental or mechanical stop losses? Now, this is super important. I always use mechanical stop losses. And this is through a lot of trial and error and heartache in the last 10 years. Stop loss hunting is definitely a myth. Unless your position size is long enough, you're trading like 100 million or a billion or more, your position size of 10 shares, 100 shares, 1,000 shares is way too small for an algo to target. And think about it, like what is the reason for putting a stop loss in your mind? Say I want to put a stop loss at $97 on Apple, and I just keep it in my mind. When Apple does come down to $97, what am I aiming to do? At that point, there shouldn't be any choice. There shouldn't be any decision to be made. It's very clear you have to sell. That was your original stop loss. So it's just the best to make it mechanical, make it part of your trading factory, and not have to think about this or waste time on this decision. And God forbid you ever make the other decision, which is to just keep holding it and see if it comes back up. That's even worse. And that's going to ruin your portfolio economics in a big way. So use mechanical stop losses. And the best way to do that is just use auto-attach bracket orders.